My name is Rafael, you're watching Rock and Roll Garage, and today I'm going to show you which are the 3 Kiss albums that Gene Simmons said were the most important of their career. But first, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment. Well, Gene Simmons said this in an interview with Christoph Graf back in 2022. He mentioned those 3 albums, and we selected what Gene said about those records over the years, and we're also going to talk about a few of them. And the first one that he listed was Destroyer, released in 1976. Certainly one of the greatest Kiss albums, which had many hits. And in an interview with Music Radar back in 2012, Gene talked about the making of the album, and he said, when it first came out, some people were really happy with Detroit Rock City, and some people were upset with Beth. They were released as the single, Detroit Rock City, as the A-side, but the B-side, Beth, became the #1 record. Everything has been a gamble. When we first put on the makeup, that was a gamble. When we decided not to do a la-di-da music or wear tie-dye t-shirts, not to sit on the stage with acoustic guitars and incense singing about birds and trees, it was all a gamble. So this is a small definition about that record. And, you know, besides those 2 tracks mentioned, Detroit Rock City and Beth, which were part of their live shows ever since that record was released for more than almost 50 years. And besides those 2 tracks, you have King of the Nighttime World, which is a great track, God of Thunder, which became a Gene Simmons signature song, let's say, Shout It Out Loud, which is another fantastic Kiss song, another classic, and many others. That record was produced by the legendary Bob Ezrin, who, you know, just produced many other incredible bands and artists. And the second album that Gene Simmons mentioned was the 1982 record, Creatures of the Night, which the title track is fantastic. But you also have other fantastic songs like Saint and Sinner and I Love It Loud, which is another Gene Simmons signature song, let's say, because he's the vocalist of it. And in a statement back in 2022 to celebrate the 40th anniversary of this record, Gene talked about the record, and he said, the Creatures record was a transitioning record because Frehley and Peter Criss were out of the bed. You can't do it all yourself, so we brought in different guitar players, different things, and we co-wrote. And he's right about that. Besides these tracks I mentioned, another great track of that record is War Machine, which was co-written by Bryan Adams, the famous Canadian rock singer, guitarist, bassist. He plays everything, and you know, they really invited many people from other areas to contribute. At the time, Bryan was not a famous artist yet, and he was helping. He was actually a good songwriter already, and he was helping other bands, and he had the chance to help Kiss. And War Machine is a pretty good song too. And the next one, the final one that he mentioned, is Revenge, released in 1992. In my personal opinion, I think it's the heaviest Kiss album for sure. I mean, there's some songs like Unholy, for example, that if you listen to it and the start of the song, it seems like a metal group, you know. It seems like Metallica or something like that. It's really heavy, and it's a fantastic album. I think it's the last great Kiss album, the last great album they released. And in an interview with Shout magazine, Gene talked about this album, and he said, the record is a much darker record than anything we've done in the last 10 to 15 years. No planned reason for it. It just sort of happened that way. And Revenge is a title that flew out of Paul's mouth one day. We all said, yes, I don't know what it means, but it feels like the right word. Because there are song titles like Thou Shall Not, Spit, Paralyzed, Tough Love, Heart of Chrome. It's a kick in your pants kind of record. It could have just well been called Guitar from Hell. And it was released in 1992, as I said, and it was the first record that featured the drummer Eric Singer, who was the final drummer of Kiss, the band retired officially in 2023, celebrating their 50th anniversary. But now they announced recently that they will be playing at the Kiss Army celebration, the Kiss Army anniversary in 2025. And besides, and this record had many good songs, like for example, God Gave Rock and Roll to You Too, which is a version of a Argent song, and it is a fantastic version. In my opinion, is much better than the original song, and it has different lyrics, but it's just fantastic. And it's really touching because Eric Carr is playing the drums in the music video for that song, and Eric passed away sadly in the early 90s. He was really ill at the time, and Eric Singer was already helping the band, and it's just a touching thing that really to see Eric Carr playing in that music video. And Paul Stanley said many times that he was really, really ill at the time, but he went and performed to appear in that video. And besides God Gave Rock and Roll to You Too, there are some other good songs like Unholy. As I said, it's really, really heavy. And I Just Wanna, which is a more of a Kiss song, let's say. And besides the singers, Simmons and Stanley, Eric Singer, Simmons and Stanley, the band lineup at the time also had the guitarist Bruce Kulick. And that's it. I hope you liked the video. If you want to read more, you can go to the description and visit the article I wrote about it. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, and visit rockandrollgarage.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.